Hey all, Dr. Paul here, owner of Quality Business Plan. For this video, what I'm going to do is show you all how to create a financial projection using my business plan template and financial projection template that is specifically for auto repair business. And at the end, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you all how to go ahead and prepare your pro forma financial projection, specifically the income statement, as well as the valuation for your company, and finally the break-even analysis, specifically how many customers do you need to service on a daily basis in order to reach the profits you're looking for. Let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, here is the start of the show, the auto repair financial projection template that I do offer at the link below. And the starting point here is going to be your daily revenues. So the whole point of my template is we start at the daily revenue, specifically how many customers you're going to service, the average price you're going to charge per customer, and your variable cost. And then at the end, we're going to have your pro forma profit and loss statement for the next 5 years, 12-month profit and loss. Also, I've included an update for 2027, the break-even analysis, as well as a cash flow valuation. What is your business worth based on its cash flows? Well, this is going to tell you. So the starting point is always going to be your revenues. And for the revenues right here, it's going to be this section right here. We're going to fill in anywhere in the darker colored cells. So these dark colored cells are the only cells we're going to change. This one right here, these right here, all these dark cells, these are only cells we want to change. So for a auto repair business, what we want to do is we want to start with how many customers are we going to service on a daily basis. For this particular example, we're saying we're going to service 11 customers. Also, what is your average sales price? I know, some auto repair shops are going to do transmissions. Your price per customer is going to be a lot higher. And then you've got other shops that are going to be just focused on oil changes. So we run the gambit. What you're going to do is you're going to estimate what your average ticket's going to be. Further, the next step is going to be your variable cost. How much does it cost for the oil or the transmission? How much does it cost for the actual part? Do not include labor in this. And what you'll do is you put your variable cost there, and you're going to use it as a percentage because, again, you want to use percentages because you really, you've got a lot of different services and you got a lot of moving prices, and some, you've got inflation out there. So it's going to change your inventory. So you go with an average. So based on this example right here, we've got a sales price on average per customer of $240. We're dealing with 11 customers with a variable cost at 40%. The next step right here is we're going to take a look at how many days a week are we open. If you're open 6 days a week, great, run with it. If you're open 7, change it to 7. If you're open 5, change it to 5. Once you're done with that, that's going to calculate your top line. It's going to calculate your revenues for you. And we've got an estimated revenue projection right here of $713,000, and I'm going to go ahead and change this number to 12 just to give me a little bit more meat in the bone for the net profit. Next thing you're going to take a look at is you're going to take a look at the labor. First line right here is your executive team. Your manager is your executive team. How much are you going to pay yourself? How much are you going to pay your management team? Whatever that dollar amount is on a monthly basis, you're going to put it right here. The next step is going to be employees. How many mechanics do you have? How many do you have an office attendant or what have you? Whatever it is, however many employees you have, go ahead and put it right here. And then the average rate of pay. And if they're full-time, put 172. If they're part-time, what you're going to do is you're going to take that 172 and you're going to divide it by 2. But for this example right here, again, we're going to go ahead and run with full-time employees. The next step, what you're going to do, and the next thing we're going to take a look at is your startup costs. Now, for my financial model, what I do, the first 2 lines right here are going to be for the startup costs. This is going to be your investment. How much money are you investing in the company? That's going to be your equity investment. And then the second line right here is going to be the loan. How much money are you going to be borrowing? These 2 lines right here must equal this line right here. So estimated startup cost for an auto repair shop, just based on just real loose numbers, you've got your build out and your purchase if you're going to be buying a location, working capital, miscellaneous equipment, inventories, supplies, advertising, hiring and training, office equipment, licenses. The miscellaneous, this is your catch-all. This is anything that does not fit into these buckets right here. You're going to put it there. At the end of the day, this model right here is going to calculate your startup cost, and it's going to put it right here. You want to make sure this number right here, this 200,000, is the same. It equals these 2 numbers right here. So you've got the 150 with an equity, and then you get the equity of 50,000. These 2 numbers balance, so you're good to go. The next step is going to be your fixed cost. How much are you going to pay in your rent, your utilities? Make sure you include your cell phones or your smartphones in the utilities as well. Office expenses, insurance, accounting, legal, advertising, other. All of those will be added together into your fixed cost. The next step right here is going to be your miscellaneous information, which is your tax rate. How much is your company paying in taxes? The final line is going to be your growth rate. How much do you anticipate your revenues are going to grow for the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year? And then here are your cost growth, and you can change these if you like. And then finally is going to be your loan amount. This loan amount is tied to this number right here. So if you're taking out a loan, whatever your loan is going to be, say it's $175,000, well, that's going to automatically populate right here. Then you're going to change your interest rate to whatever it is, change your term to whatever it's going to be. And once you do that, once you get to the end right here, and we've been doing this for about 5 minutes now, you are pretty much set, ready to go, because now all of your numbers have been updated. So what's happened is once you update all those sections right there, your projections are going to update. Your financial, this little chart right here is going to update. Your profit and loss for the next 12 months is going to update. I've got a profit and loss for the next 12 months broken into quarters. Month 1 through month 3, quarter 1. Month 4 through 6, quarter 2. 7 through 9, quarter 3. And yada, 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 all the way to month 10 through 12, quarter 4. And then your profit and loss statement or your cash flow statement is summarized in the income statement tab. And this gives you the 5-year projection right here. And here is what is new for 2027. I've now added a break-even analysis. And so what this means is that this is the number of customers that you need to service on average daily in order to break even for your profits. Further, I've added a valuation tab. Now, keep in mind, this valuation tab is not a retail or wholesale estimate. This is based on your cash flows. So based on this information right here, if you invest $200,000, the net present value or the value of the cash flows is approximately $1.3 million. So that shows that there is tremendous value in this organization based just on the cash flows. Hopefully this information was helpful. As always, if you're looking for the auto repair financial projection template or business plan, just go to the website below. And if y'all need some assistance with the custom plan or custom projections, feel free to reach out. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Again, Dr. Paul Borosky here, owner of Quality Business Plan. Hopefully you all found this information helpful. As always, if you need some help with your financial projections, need an industry-specific financial business plan template, feel free to visit my website below and go out and make a little bit of money.